Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the REC podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I'm your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Eric Icarus.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are coming at you from San Diego Comic-Con in San Diego, California, obviously. And as we said in an earlier show, this is Eric's first con.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things that we want to discuss, and then we're going to try to recap for you. We're not reporting on the con, we're reporting on our experiences from the con. We are not news. If you listen to this show, you listen to and follow everybody else who has got a team and putting people in place and has way better pictures than we can take. But we just want to tell you how we're doing, what's going on.
Yeah.
And Eric, as your first con, let's what do you think so far? What do you think?
We did preview night on Wednesday.
Yep.
So going there initially onto the showroom floor was it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then I remember all of you saying that there's nothing.
Yeah.
Wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, just kind of getting into the swing of things is not bad.
Yeah.
It's not as intense as I thought it was going to be. Okay. But I'm having a great time, dude. It's not as I've had stories made up in my head about how it was going to be, like, oh, it's just gonna be a bunch of like crazy nerds dressed up and da-da-da-da-da. But no, it's actually really cool, and you just get to see a lot of stuff that you just as a casual comic book fan or TV fan, rather, or anything, it's awesome to see all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
Just things I never in a million years think I would like even get to hold or see or any of that stuff. So it's pretty awesome. Everyone's been pretty nice too.
Yeah, it's pretty chill here. There's a lot of rush and hubbub about people getting their exclusives.
Sure.
We have people getting exclusives for us right now. Friend of the show, Dave, is with us, and he was able to pick up some things for me while I was trying to get some photos and trying to
give me the lay of the land.
Give you the lay of the land. So that was very helpful. Shout out to Dave. We're here with friends of the show, Cam, Dave, Duke, and Papa Dennis.
Yeah.
Right? They're all out on the floor right now doing various nerdy comic book things.
Yes.
What is something that has surprised you about the con so far?
You want me to go right into it?
Go right into it.
Oh, my God. Because this happened right off the bat. So if you listen to our last show, the only person I wanted to meet was Frank Miller.
Frank Miller of Batman, Daredevil, Wolverine, Sin City fame. If you listen to the show, you know
Frank Miller. And, as a, just a ravenous fan of his, I don't get starstruck by anybody.
Yeah.
I've met famous people, don't care. Really doesn't bother me. It has to be someone I have to, like, really respect that, like, gets me butterflies. And so, after Roman gave me the, the layout, some helpful tips, we were going back to the hotel, and I was outside and Roman was going back up to the room. He comes back down the stairs. He's like, "Hey, man, Frank Miller's upstairs, man." I'm like, "What?" And this is probably 2 hours into just getting here at the hotel.
Just barely here. We're all cranky from being in a car for 17 hours.
Right.
And it was something else.
And then I'm like, "What?" So go up the stairs and lo and behold, there he is. Standing in the lobby. I think he was trying to get his room going or something. And
you didn't want to talk to him?
I didn't want to talk to him because he looked like he was trying to, just get his room going, and him and his assistant were talking to the front desk or doing whatever. And Roman was like, "Dude, just go talk to him." I'm like, no, I don't want to bother him. And Roman was like, we'll never get this shot again.
You'll never see Frank Miller again.
Yeah.
And he might, but
not like he's right there. Dude.
Yeah.
Like, you can do this now, or it might be now, or it might not be never, Yeah. And I got up the gumption, walked over, and there was a couple of people who had spotted him right before I started walking over. So, they were talking to him, and then finally I just went up to him and said, "Hey, just want to say, man, I really, really wanted to meet you, and it's an honor." And, I went into saying, "Hey, I really appreciate you writing Daredevil Born Again." That
Eric's favorite story.
Yeah, and that book got me through some dark times. And he actually, then he's like, "Hey," he shook my hand and he's, put his arm on my shoulder and said, "Hey, what's your name?" And I said, "Oh, it's Eric." And then he's like, "Hey, listen, Eric, man." He's like, "I was going through some dark times when I wrote it. And, I wrote it for guys like you." And he's like, "When you tell me stuff like that," he's like, it makes it worth it to me. And
what a cool thing to say.
Exactly.
A seasoned vet in the Comic-Con game. And honestly, I've met Frank a couple times myself, and he he didn't seem nearly as excited to talk to me as he seemed to talk to you. So I think that's good. I thought, he seems like a guy who he kind of has a sourpuss face a lot.
Yeah, he does.
But when he was talking to you, his face lit up.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what you were saying, but I mean, it makes sense. Like, as somebody who is, like, I like Frank Miller's work, but you love Frank Miller's, Born Again.
Yeah.
And you could tell that he was genuinely excited to meet you.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm still got a little buzz.
Yeah, me too. Like it took a while for me to come off of that, but funny enough, Casey Duke was with us, and I was gonna get a photo with Frank. I wanted to, but the guys that were talking to him before me were going into like let's do business kind of angle. Then they wanted to take a photo with him, and then he was polite, but he's like, oh no, my neck's hurting and. So he kind of shooed him away. So I didn't really want to ask him for a photo. So I talked to him, and then Casey Duke's downstairs waiting for us. And Casey's like, yeah, man, did you get that picture with him? Like, no, he said he wasn't doing pictures. He said it to the people in front of me. And he's like, no, I got one.
Just what a weird way to kick me while I'm up.
Exactly, right? Bring me right back down. But that's Casey's style. Man.
Yeah, he knows what to do. And that's kind of one of the beauties of Comic-Con. That's one of the things that's awesome is that you can, if you're lucky enough or if you're willing to make it work, you will be able to find somebody that you want to talk to in the industry if you're willing to, or sometimes it's just happenstance. It's just lucky. You're just lucky. So I'm glad that you got to do that.
Yeah, and I think you made it happen for me.
Hey, man.
You willed it, man.
I put out good
You willed it, your Joss Whedon.
Yep.
And you willed Frank Miller.
Yep.
For me. And,
well, I appreciate it. I don't know how to control it.
Honestly, I'm bummed I didn't get a picture, but honestly, it was just the words that he had said to me.
Yes.
And that's all that matters. That's something for me.
Very
and that's fine.
Very useful and very nice of somebody who's shaken a million hands.
Sure.
Probably talked to a million Daredevil fans.
Yeah.
But it seemed genuine and that it was for you.
Right.
And that's wonderful.
And I think that's what he read on my face. Was like, wow, this really touched him.
Yeah, this guy knows. Okay, this guy's paying attention.
Yeah. So yeah, great. Right off the bat, boom. Like I could have went home.
Yeah.
At this point, it's great.
And I'm gonna interrupt the show to tell Eric, is your phone charged? Because as soon as we're done, we got to get back out on the floor. So if your phone's not charged, you're gonna want to have it on you. Okay?
Oh yeah, that's a survival tip 101, folks.
Anytime you can come back to the room if you don't have a
charge
chargeable
your phone.
pack. Anytime you don't have a chargeable pack, you always got to have you always got to have your phone with you, phone charged and ready to go.
It's going. But yeah, those are the little things I'm learning like that.
Definitely.
If I come back, and which I would love to come back, and I think the first time you come here, you're just learning.
It's just a whole crazy experience and learning what's going on. There's some news that's kind of in our wheelhouse and things that we like to do. Obviously, since we're at the Comic-Con, and there's a ton of news out there, guys. But just some things for us, and they may not seem like the biggest things in the world. But right off the bat, I'm excited for Maverick. Basically, Top Gun 2.
Maverick's return.
Yeah, Maverick's Revenge. The trailer dropped here. Tom Cruise is at the con again. Mm-hmm. I believe I was here the first time he came for Comic-Con, and I think it was for Rock of Ages. And it was hilarious. It was awesome to see him here. Yeah, he seemed to enjoy the energy, and he was kind of blown away by what it is.
Oh, for sure. This seems like something he would be into. Yeah. Just all that positive energy. Because this guy feeds off energy.
Oh, yeah. He does. Yeah, he does. And so he debuted the trailer. We watched it. What did you think?
As far as retreads go, I'm into it, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, we said previously it looks a little more serious.
Yeah, it looks like I guess Top Gun does have serious moments,
but not really.
I remember the fun.
Yeah,
I always forget that Goose dies.
Right, and then there's that fight at the end.
Yeah,
but for the most part, it's not that. I don't remember. I don't remember those parts more than about the initial beginning.
Yeah,
him on the motorcycle. Him and Goose. Howling around playing piano. You lost that loving feeling. Like those are the things I remember, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I feel like we're gonna get more of the Goose dying kind of moments in this. That's what I'm pulling from it.
Son of Goose.
Yeah.
Gosling.
Gosling. I just wonder. Is he gonna teach Goose's kids? Did he have? I think he had a kid, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And then Maverick murdered his best friend.
Yeah. You jerk.
It's a movie that has no reason to be made, but if you're a Top Gun fan, there's not a single person that's like, boo.
Right.
boot now, man. We all want to see.
Yeah, even Cash fans like us, like, cool, I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm down.
And it looks like there's going to be another volleyball scene. And
I was getting ready to say there better be a more homoerotic one.
Oh yeah,
or I'm going to be bummed.
Yeah, it should be, because I was really homoerotic at the time. It was just on the nose.
Yeah, for
now
sure.
It can be full on.
Yeah,
the
I want no
Icemen.
pants.
Yeah, is there a bunch of
pants.
Icemen? Like all Icemen?
I want Val Kilmer to reprise his role.
There's talk that he is in it. So.
Doing the volleyball scene.
Yeah. Just like doughy body.
Yep.
Just
come as you are.
Yeah. Like him not even acknowledging that he's gained weight and like not acknowledging that Tom Cruise is way better looking than he was, Like just in way better shape.
Oh, that's all I want out of that movie.
Yeah.
They make me happy. Just have it, no pants. Keep the shirts, like Winnie the Pooh style.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, just like a spaghetti tank top, no pants, volleyball. Yeah,
boom.
The way God intended.
But yeah, I'm stoked for it. I'm stoked for the movie. It'll be fine.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
There's so many trailers dropping, guys. We'll have a comprehensive recap.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the show,
sure.
Or at the end of the con.
Yeah.
Probably when we get settled back home, when we can disseminate all the good stuff for you guys. But another big thing in our wheelhouse, we are super fans of Kevin Smith.
Yes.
We can admit his faults. We can admit we like Jersey Girl, and that's just the way that we
Jersey
live.
Girl,
I like
so
Jersey Girl.
Screw you if you don't. I love that movie.
But he brought, and we knew he was going to bring Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
Mm-hmm.
He brought the trailer to the con. He was going to debut it on Saturday with his panel, but he released it early, and it was chock full of surprises. And the biggest surprise, Ben Affleck is in it.
It's the return.
The return of Holden McNeil. All right. And it's not McNeil. Oh my God,
it's
Holden.
close enough.
Yeah, Holden McNeil does another podcast I listen to, so I apologize. But the return of Holden. And it was a big thing. Like it's not a secret that Kevin and Ben had some type of falling out.
Right.
Everybody assumes it's because of Jennifer Garner.
Right. Which we don't know.
We don't know, but. It
lines up.
It lines up, and it's been roughly, if not more than 10 years since they've actually had much communication.
For sure.
And even in the months leading up to filming of Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, which is a sequel to Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, if you don't know that, he was talking to Mark Bernardin on Fat Man Beyond that, he doesn't talk to Ben anymore. Yeah. So there was no, I guess, thought process that he was going to be in this. Yeah, like that Holden wasn't going to be in this
sequel, I guess you call it.
Sequel.
Yeah.
And it's the same premise as the first one. Hollywood has rebooted a bunch of things like Spider-Man and the X-Men over again. So Hollywood has taken another bite at the the Blunt Man and Chronic actor. So Kevin even said, "Hey, I know way more famous people now, so I'm going to try to chock it full of cameos."
Yeah.
But in the trailer we see Holden, and that's a very touching moment for Kevin Smith fans, because that it bothered him that him and Ben had a falling out.
Oh, of course.
Like that it did, and
even hearing him talking about it, in prior podcasts, it hurts.
Oh yeah,
it hurts to bring it up. That's his. They came up together,
and he even bought
Ben's house.
Like, that's the house he lives in is Ben's. So, to see him in the trailer, Matt Damon, amongst others, was great. And then Kevin even released a little blurb after the trailer dropped and was like, Ben was in an interview for the movie Triple Threat that came out on Netflix, and somebody asked him, one of the interviewers asked him, "Hey, we're hearing that Jay and Silent Bob reboot is going to be a shot. Are you in it?" He said no, but he's available.
Oh.
Which... Wow, that's cool.
Right.
So one of Kevin's people saw that and told Kevin, like, "Hey, like,
you got to reach out."
Yeah, you got to reach out. Like, you got to talk to him.
Even though it seemed like, the separation was mostly on Ben's part.
Yeah.
You feel like he maybe should have reached out to Kev.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but I'm also not. I'm going to take full credit. I actually, before they started shooting, I wrote Ben Affleck on Instagram.
Oh.
And I told him that I'm not even joking. Told him, I was like, "Hey, for the fans, it'd be great to see like you and Kevin back on this project, this and that." Obviously, he doesn't control his Instagram.
No,
he's got a guy for that.
Yeah.
But maybe his guy. I assume I'm not the only person that did something like that.
But he probably had a bunch.
It wouldn't shock me if a lot of Kev's fans reached out to Ben Affleck's personal accounts.
Hey, what's up, man? Why don't you bury the hatchet? And friendships are, it's weird, especially, when you marry someone who doesn't like your friend. We're assuming here. But, I think they're divorced or separated at this point.
They're divorced, yeah. They're divorced.
So, that's time to make friends again.
Yeah, exactly.
Rekindle old friendships, bury the hatchet and make an awesome movie.
Yeah, for a movie that's going to be ridiculous and not
and
thought-provoking and has no point.
Not thought-provoking is dismissive. I think Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is so funny because they're so satirical.
Yes.
And this is so satirical too, just from what I'm getting from it.
Exactly.
It's so...
Because in the reboot, the Bluntman Chronic, the Chronic is a woman. So, it seems like it's very reflective of the time.
Exactly.
So, but hey, that warmed my heart to see in the trailer. Yeah. It really did. It made me very happy. And like I said, I fanboyed out and wrote him. And guys, I'm just going to claim it. Okay, I'll be the first to admit that I did it. That I asked him to do it. So I'm just going to take that credit.
Bridged the gap, and now we got him. Okay, thank you, man.
They really needed an intermediary, somebody to mediate this. So
and we'll just give full credit to Roman here. You saved it, man.
I'll reach out to Kev. Guys, we're gonna have so much more for you.
We just want a little taste.
We're gonna do a couple more shows here. And guys, like I said, we're not reporting on the con.
No.
There's so much stuff out there. We are smaller than the little guys online, but we do want to tell you some cool things that we see, some fun stuff that we do. I'm going to talk about exclusives and put them up, the ones that I'm able to get, just to kind of show you the ridiculousness that is the con.
For sure. I like our podcast for this reason is you can go get news anywhere. Mm-hmm. I want experiences. That's why I listen to podcasts.
There you go.
I don't care. News, dime a dozen.
Yeah.
I want cool stories.
Okay.
About, going to Comic-Con. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Tell me why it's cool,
We're going to get you guys that stuff. Just some personal experiences. I like that. We were going to bring you our experience from the con.
Yes.
And that has been our show today, or at least for this episode. We may have multiple ones in one day. So please stay tuned. Thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe button. Give us a like. And Eric, what have you learned in your minute time here?
Hey, man, I've learned keep your phone charged, stay hydrated.
Yeah.
And real friendships never die.
What else can you say? I have learned that if you ask for something in the universe and you believe in it and your heart is true, you can meet Frank Miller and get Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith back together. Guys, thanks for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
Still Eric Icarus.
And we will catch you next time.